Hey guys, Joan Ribs coming back at you with another Ascension 15 over-explained episode. This is Act 3 of my Ironclad run. I have a little bit of a confused deck going on, I would say. I mean, it's ended up just being a Dead Branch plus Feel No Pain deck, which is just great. We also have an Anger in it with a spinning top. We've got Orichalcum as a mitigation engine, which is really cool. It's pretty unique to get this to work, but conceptually how Orichalcum works is there are things like Metallicize and Feel No Plane plus an ethereal thing, like Ghostly Armor or Carnage. Where did Carnage go? Where is Carnage? There's Carnage. Metallicize, Feel No Pain, Disarm. There are ways to make it so enemies attack for less, or make it so you get blocked without stopping Orichalcum from working. And this can work all the way up to like, well, depending. I think it usually can work all the way through Act 2. Act 3 can be a little bit tougher, but it's been really fun to see the power of Orichalcum in a deck where it really works well. Nothing else too exciting going on in our deck. We're just Feel No Pain, Dead Branch, which means everything is now a random mess. And we're gonna head into Act 3 with the Ironclad. Going to get to see why I don't like playing Ironclad all that much, probably, because a lot of these fights is like going to be correct to just stall forever, or we're going to just like not be in any danger whatsoever. I think that we already beat Time Eater very easily. If we were at Time Eater right now, I think we would easily win that fight. So I'll take the deck through some elites just to see how it performs. We might die. It's like possible for Act 3 elites to kill us, but I wouldn't really expect it. Anyway, it should be fun. We'll have some fun with it. We have an upgrade. With Havoc. I now have, I believe, 3 copies of Blood for Blood in my deck. Thank you, Dead Branch and Pandora's Box. Just what I was hoping for. Alright, we have a Flex and a Searing Blow. So go like Cleave, Searing Blow, Metallicize. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he's a Flame Summoner, Flame Bruiser. He makes the little fire minion guys that you have been seeing, and then sometimes he attacks you. If the fire minions get to attack you, they put a burn in your deck, and then the second time they attack you, they'll actually explode, which kills them like they kill themselves, but deal a bunch of damage to you. Typically the fight's pretty manageable by just killing the summons faster than he can make new ones. Not sure it actually made sense to battle trance there. Not sure that there was anything in our deck that we could draw that would, you know, reward that choice. Exhume can no longer exhaust to get another Exhume. It used to be that it could, but they've changed that code. If it could, we could just like exhume over and over and over again. It would gain us 8 block for 1 energy every time and put a random card in our deck. Instead, we cannot do that. So I'm still going to exhume. I'm gonna go look for Feed or Feed or Reaper, I guess. And we have Calipers in this deck, so even without Barricade, we're actually over-blocking. And retaining block through the next turn. Over and over again here. Feed does not work against minions. Feed gives you +3 max HP when it kills something, but it does not work on minions, which is a very good thing here, because otherwise we could potentially make ourselves infinite max HP by just sitting here eating every single one of his minions as he summoned more and more of them. There's Corruption again. Oh, Ironclad. Oh, Ironclad. Alright. Got an entrench. Okay. Second wind seems nice, maybe. Just another feel no pain. Alright, good turn. Dead branch. Just doing dead branch things. On the beta branch, Reckless Charge is back to being an uncommon again. Currently on the main branch, it's a common. Yeah, that coupled with the feel no pain minor nerf is meant to be reeling in exhaust for Ironclad. I don't know. My problem with exhaust for Ironclad is more like this part of it than how strong it is early. I think it's very strong early, but this part of it is just sort of, you know? Oh, Reckless Charge can actually be our engine to find more copies of cards which exhaust. Nice, because it puts Dazes in our deck, you know? Dazes exhaust, so they give us a new card every turn. We got an Entrench. Not bad, not bad. Oh, but I can't attack with it. I guess that's the issue. There's our Reaper. That's a full heal. Now we can look for feed if we'd like. I'm just gonna spare you guys the like 5 minutes and just attack them. That seems more reasonable to me. So we've got an Anger plus, a Heavy Blade plus, and a Warcry. Warcry costs 0, it interacts with Feel No Pain, it interacts with Dead Branch. It has Exhaust written on it, basically, and costs 0. So we're just gonna take that. Heavy Blade would be fine here. It's like okay against Time Eater. It's nice to deal a ton of damage with one attack, but it doesn't help us stabilize against Time Eater, really. Warcry is just gonna be very, very good. I'm gonna go to events. A highly ornamented tomb can be seen on the other side of a floating path. Upon reaching the tomb, you notice a slot for gold coins with a scratched out inscription above it. So we got 222 gold here. I believe on non-Ascension 15 it's 333 gold. That's nice. We're about to go to a store, so. I think Act 3 events just got a lot better, actually, because there's an event now where you can... You know, Madness exhausts itself. Okay. I don't think we want it, though. I could go either way. Yeah. There's an event now which lets you choose up to 3 colorless cards, and that's actually really strong. You can get Apotheosis in Act 3, which, like, when Apotheosis doesn't cost 200 gold and you're in Act 3, so you have enough energy to play it, it's actually a really, really good card. So events in Act 3 I like quite a bit right now. We'll embrace Madness. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it will be much better than having a Curse, but I don't think it will be much worse either. We got a Dark Embrace. Whenever a card is exhausted, we draw a card. Also an Apotheosis to upgrade all of our cards for the rest of combat if we want. We have an Amamori, which would let us open the chest. Because we have a Cursed Key, so we're taking curses otherwise. We could also just remove the curse at the next store. So grabbing Dark Embrace seems super obvious to me. Another Metallicize against Time Eater. I wonder if we can kill Time Eater with Mercury Hourglass. You guys want to try? Sure. Let's see if we can beat Time Eater with Mercury Hourglass. Alright, more events. Begin to fall. Let's lose our Iron Wave. I mean, True Grit and Feel No Pain are both insane in this deck. Iron Wave is a card that we put in the deck in Act 1 to be okay. And it was okay in Act 1. And now it's gone, and I'm okay with that. An upgrade on Havoc would be great, I think. Gets us an extra energy every time we draw it, basically. Also an upgrade on the other Feel No Pain would be very good. That might be better. Yeah, that seems better. Just much, much more block. There weren't other upgrades that mattered, I don't think. Feel No Pain was the clear greatest block upgrade. There was no draw upgrade. There was no damage upgrade, really, because Demon Form's already upgraded, and that's the only thing that matters for our damage. So I think either Feel No Pain or Havoc were the only things, where Havoc is an energy upgrade and Feel No Pain is a block upgrade. I think the block upgrade from Feel No Pain was more relevant. How many cleaves do I have in my deck? Did Pandora's give me a cleave? It's sort of funny. It's actually pretty good here. Okay. So go Thunderclap, Cleave, Cleave. Thunderclap, Cleave, Bash? Maybe? Thunderclap, Cleave, Cleave. This is a very dangerous fight. These guys just scale and damage very, very, very rapidly. I think we'll survive it, but we'll take damage and have to heal. Have to decide whether I want to play this or not. Gains us 5 block, but loses us a card next turn. I think our cards are generally good enough that that's a decent trade. Alright, here's our Warcry. So we can Havoc, Carnage, or Blood for Blood, maybe. It's even better. Rage is nice. That'll block for us this turn. Let's upgrade the Havoc before we play it. That even hit the right guy for us. Bang, bang, bang. He's dead. And Ghostly Armor gets us an Entrench. This fight is now over. We can play this a number of ways. I think this seems like the most straightforward one. Just deal some damage and block this turn. Get Feel No Pain and Metallicize in play. Metallicize, Uppercut, Blood for Blood seems fine. Good Fire Pot to save ourselves. How much damage? 6 damage on a Fire Pot. We're gonna rest anyway. Yeah, I think we're just resting anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, we got a Toxic Egg, so whenever we add a skill card to our deck, it is upgraded. A little bit late. 9 floors left. I guess that Infernal Blade is now an Infernal Blade Plus, but I still don't want it in the deck for all the reasons that I didn't the last time we were offered an Infernal Blade Plus. Armaments is Armaments Plus, which I don't think is that exciting here. And Heavy Blade is Heavy Blade, which I feel like we've been offered like 17 Heavy Blades recently. Let's have a sleep. Technically, we're 4 below max health. So this is going to give us a curse. If it's a really bad curse, it might kill us. I'm gonna Bottled Flame out of it. Decay is not a terrible curse. Also, we didn't have to open the chest, obviously, if we didn't want the curse, but I thought it would be fine. What is the best attack to have in our opening hand? Probably not Blood for Blood, right? So we can rule that one out. Carnage isn't that bad. It draws a card for us in the next turn, and with Bag of Preparation, we're not using all of the cards in our opening hand. I like that. Carnage is not a card that I really want in the deck, so we just like let it exhaust on turn 1, probably. Pommel, Twin Strike, Anger, Wild Strike, Metallicize, just tons of damage. The weak on turn 1 is very relevant. Relevant, that's the word. The weak on turn 1 is very relevant. Let's see what Madness hits. Sentinel is not really the one I wanted. Well, I guess that's fine. We'll just play these guys. And a Thunderclap and a Cleave. I don't suspect that we'll have enough damage to kill this coming turn. I was wrong. Thank you, Dead Branch. Alright, good fight. We have a Shrug It Off, Disarm, Plus, or Power 3. They're actually all upgraded because of Toxic Egg now. Usually at this point in the run, with this many cards in the deck, Power 3 would start to get really interesting to me. It's just 20 block for 1 energy, and that's going to do incredible things for us on the 1 turn that we play it, and then we'll probably never see it again. Disarm Plus is so good, though. Against Time Eater's only real threatening thing is his multi-attack if his strength scales up, and... well... he loses that 3 strength forever, so it's very, very strong. Against the Giant Head, we might be in trouble right now. I don't think Shrug It Off would really help us any more than Disarm Plus does against the Giant Head, though, so... here he is! Against Giant Head, we really want to get Demon Form in play early. Like, really, really, really want to get Demon Form in play early. I'm not going to play Wild Strike because I don't want to add another wound to the deck that is between me and having Demon Form. Feel No Pain is a pretty nice thing to exhaust into. 2 of these now. Is there anything in there that matters? No. So we'll play our 2 Feel No Pains, play a Pommel Strike, play Metallicize, that's fine. We can Anger. Next time through the deck we'll have Demon Form, so having some Angers in the deck is fine. There is our Demon Form. It's actually going to be a Spinning Top turn. Oh no, because we're exhausting. And our hand is filling up, right? Alright, so we play our Demon Form. Huh. Definitely not a Spinning Top turn. We can play an Offering. We can exhume that Offering. Have a Spot Weakness in my discard pile now. Thanks, Dead Branch. Let's put Combust and Rupture in play. Why not? We'll make it so we can actually cast Blood for Blood someday. And hit this guy with a... Uppercut. Cleave and Rampage, maybe? Can pick whichever ones we want, really. Alright, so with Calipers and what Dead Branch just did for us, we very easily won the fight, it turns out. Let's play Dark Embrace, exhume the Offering again, play our Offering. Or Disarm on him, Metallicize, and... Twin Strike deals a bit. We're just, stacking blocks so that we have, you know, more block than is necessary, hopefully. And Demon Form's also ticking up. This turn, we don't do anything very exciting. Oh dear. We're almost taking damage. Fortunately, we have 16 strength right now, it seems. So Blood for Blood is great. Sever Soul. Bash Blood for Blood? Or does Thunderclap do more? I guess it does. I suspect we could have just killed him that turn if I had played cards in a better order. Alright, got him dead. Self-Forming Clay, whenever we lose HP in combat, we gain 3 block on the next turn. It's just a solid relic. We don't have anything in our deck that interacts particularly well with. If we get a Combust off Dead Branch again, we can do some really nice things with Self-Forming Clay, though. Explosive Potion is sort of nice. There's a Seeing Red, which gains us 2 energy and gives us a card off Dead Branch. That's cool. I guess Combust is fine for all the reasons that we just mentioned with Self-Forming Clay. and Anger is not very exciting here. Yeah, we'll take Seeing Red. It's a Seeing Red plus as well, so it actually gives us 2 energy on the turn we play it, and it draws a card. There's just no downside to that whatsoever. Let's go to a store, take Decay out of the deck. It looks like we're buying a True Grit Plus for another way to exhaust things, and it makes us some good block. I'll buy a Shrug It Off Plus too. This card is a card that I'm happy to have in the deck, and it costs no gold basically. Ooh. Before you was a sight that seems out of place in the alien landscape. Around you, strangely placed into one of the living walls of the beyond, is a enclosed stone entrance filled with a swirling magical portal. Woo! You aren't sure where it leads, but maybe you could speed your journey through the Spire. This is an interesting new event in Act 3. I think there are situations where Act 3 elites are more dangerous to you than the Act 3 boss. Or situations where, like, you figure you beat the boss, like, 60% of the time, and then elite maybe 70% of the time, but you'd rather just fight the boss, so you only had to win one of those fights instead of both. So there are situations in which you take this, I think. We're definitely not meant to take it here. We have one fight and then a campfire before the boss, and there's just no way that we can possibly not get stronger by, you know, we'll just rest at the campfire and we'll do the boss fight with more HP. So yeah, we just leave this alone. I do not think that is a great event for the player, usually. I think usually that one doesn't help you at all. I just go Demon Form, Metallicize, I guess. That's fine. We could have Warcried, I don't know. Getting hit for 30, having just said that there was no way that this fight wouldn't help us. That's rude. Why not Armaments the Pommel Strike, get us 2 more cards. Whoops. It would be really nice to be able to put that Corruption in play. Well, we'll take a bit of damage here and then be fine, basically. Oh, we randomed into a Reaper, so we can actually full heal pretty easily, probably. Start putting Metallicizes in play. Start seeing red back. I'm gonna hold on to the other Axiom. So that I can Reaper more than one time, if that ends up being a thing that we want to do. At this point, our block is just going up very rapidly. I'd rather not Battle Trance so that I can play the other Feel No Pain. Although, I mean, I don't think it matters either way, honestly. Nice disarms. We have 15 strength. We are not weakened. We have another corruption if we'd like. Let's do this, and then we can exhume it back again. And we got this corruption thing going on. Let's upgrade a headbutt or something, I don't know. We're drawing cards every turn, or every time we do this we draw a card as well because we have Dark Embrace in play. Yeah, we've reached the part of the exhaust deck run where it's just sort of unclear what's even happening. We now have 16 Feel No Pain in play. Alright. This is typical. This is typical of a deck with Dead Branch in it for Ironclad. Here's the Axiom. Draw a Reaper again. We got a Limit Break. We're going to double tap our Reaper, I guess, for 132 healing. Alright. Solid. Let's take a Metallicize. Just repeating block against Time Eater is pretty good. Perfected Strike and Sword Boomerang, they're just like irrelevant damage. Completely irrelevant. There is no way in which the damage from these is relevant in any way to what our deck is doing. We can get rid of the Exploding Pot for a Strength Pot, although I don't think it matters much at all. We got an upgrade available. I think with 2 Exhumes in the deck, upgrading the other Disarm makes the most sense. So now we have 2 Disarm pluses and like 5 Metallicizes. This is just the most mitigation that we can have after we already upgraded our other copy of Feel No Pain. It's very good mitigation against Time Eater in particular because this guy has multi-attacks, like so. Alright, so the way we're going to win this fight is going to require maybe a little bit more control. We want to just block for as much as he's attacking for every turn, and then put Demon Form in play. The Time Eater's special thing is that if we play 12 cards, our turn gets ended and Time Eater gains 2 strength. But unfortunately for him, if we don't play lots of cards, he just sort of dies. Yeah, he's going to have a lot of trouble, basically, dealing with us putting Demon Form in play right now. So here's our Demon Form. Let's go for a Seeing Red this turn. Fiend Fire works, but I'd rather Exhume for the Disarm again. And we can True Grit. Get rid of... Doesn't matter. I don't know. Cleave. Cleave probably isn't going to play a big role in this fight. Alright, we can actually use Bloodletting plus... I'd rather not. Just play 2 cards next turn. So we go Metallicize Madness. That gets us up to 12 cards, so he gains 2 strength, and we probably don't care. I just realized that we've actually added another Exhume to our deck from Dead Branch so far in this fight. So we have that available to us for another Disarm. Oh, there's another one. Cool. Makes sense. I'll actually go for Seeing Red here. Six cards played, plenty of block. We have Demon Form in play and it's ticking up. We have another Exhume for another Disarm. Let's throw Metallicize in play. He's attacking us for 0. He is at minus 10 strength. We are at plus 12 strength. We do not have to block this turn if we don't want to. That's fine. Just got rid of Madness. I don't know. I don't like that card very much. I don't want it in my deck anymore, I guess. Don't have to block here at all. So when I was saying we could try to see if we could get Mercury Hourglass to kill him, I was imagining that we'd just actually sit here with him not attacking us really, and us not really attacking him. And just see if Mercury Hourglass was enough. He sort of attacks us sometimes. I guess we'll play a Flame Barrier this turn. At some point, we're going to hit a Barricade. Like, on average, at some point, we'll hit Barricade. He might be dead right now if we, like, offering Fiend Fire. Probably. We, like, Rupture offering. I think I just put another Exhume in the deck. Whoops. Fiend Fire doesn't kill him on its own. But maybe some of the 10 cards that we got here will do it. Right, we draw a bunch as well. I mean, can Wild Strike him, I guess. We can Warcry. Does Headbutt do anything for us? Headbutt the Wild Strike back on top. Oh, there's a Body Slam in our deck now. Okay. We'll put Body Slam on top and end the turn. With Calipers, we retain enough block. The Body Slam is just lethal. Alright. We sort of took 4 damage in that fight because Offering dealt us 4. That was a very Dead Branch Ironclad run at the end there. I think that the run held together for the first, like, 2 acts. I think it was fairly clear to see how we were going to kill the champ if we didn't get the Dead Branch. But I assume that this run has also been, like, very, very clear evidence of how strong Dead Branch can be with, like, just a tiny little bit of help. The Relic is absolutely bonkers and insane. And certainly after we picked it up in this run, everything got very, very easy. What else was there to say about this? We got the very early Feel No Pain to, you know, let this deck happen, basically. Which, again, I want to reiterate, I don't love the Ironclad card pool and the experience of playing Ironclad that much, because I think that if you think a certain type of deck is the strongest sort of deck, there's very little stopping you from just having it every time in Ironclad. Whereas on Silent, it's very clear to me that on Ascension 15, I'm very reliant on building around relics that I get to be strong enough, and the relics are more impactful on Silent. Think about a card like Cloak and Dagger, and how it interacts with a relic that gives +1 strength, or a relic like Kunai or Shuriken, obviously. Even something like Dead Branch. Cloak and Dagger or Infinite Blaze work very well with Dead Branch. Yeah, Silent I feel like you build around relics much more, and Ironclad you just do whatever. It looks like we put 5 Metallicizes in our deck, which is pretty incredible, as well as 2 Disarms. So yeah, Time Eater was certainly not even particularly close to being able to attack us for damage in that final fight. The Madness event, I thought the Madnesses that we had were fine. Maybe they were better than Arrive, I don't know. They certainly weren't terrible. The Exhume pickups, I think, like, it was very clear that those were very strong. It's a weird deck to analyze because the places we were going to die in this run, if we died, were not against Time Eater. They were, like, against the Act 2 elites and the Act 3 elites. Those were the actual dangerous fights. Those enemies are a little bit better at dealing a lot of damage to you fast, which is what a deck like this struggles against, because this deck just gets impossibly strong once it sets up. Demon Form as a way to scale, picked up at the end of Act 1, ended up being largely irrelevant. Like, we could have just used the Body Slam to win that fight against Time Eater, and that would have been just fine. A lot of the elite fights, we didn't actually play Demon Form, we were just using the base values on our damaging cards to get through enemies. And the Mercury Hourglass, which Mercury Hourglass just always deals a ton of damage. You might not notice it because it's just 3 at a time, but over the course of a fight it will deal like 30 damage over and over again. It's like playing 2 fire pots. We had potions, which we never used because there was no reason to. It was a good run. It was a good run. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this Overexplained Ironclad run. Let me know what you thought. If you have any questions at all, there are links to Discord and my Twitch channel below the video if you want to stop by there and ask, or you can ask in YouTube comments, and I get to those once a day or so. I've had fun with it. I don't play anywhere near as much Ironclad as Silent these days, because I find Silent is just a little bit more interesting. But Ironclad, like, if Silent feels like playing chess to me, Ironclad feels like getting drunk and jumping off the balcony, which is a very different sort of sport. And, you know, sometimes variety is nice. And that's certainly what a run like this feels like. Yeah. Yeah. This was an interesting run. Alright, so I've been John Rips. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I will see you tomorrow for another daily Slay the Spire chat. Bye-bye.